Hello everyone, today we have some important news regarding TikTok. So without wasting time, let's dive into what this news means for TikTok in the US. President Trump kept his promise. On January 20, 2025, right after his inauguration and taking office, he signed an executive order to delay the enforcement of the Protecting Americans from Foreign Adversary-Controlled Applications Act on TikTok. This act, which was signed by the previous president, Joe Biden, in April 2024, regulates foreign-controlled applications due to national security concerns, specifically targeting apps operated by TikTok's China-based parent company, ByteDance Limited, and other Chinese apps. This act prohibits the distribution, maintenance, or updating of foreign adversary-controlled applications within the U.S. by online app stores and internet hosting services, and requires these apps to sell their U.S. operations to U.S. buyers to keep running. The prohibition officially took effect on January 19, 2025, just one day before the President Trump took office. In this order signed by himself, President Trump emphasized the need to protect national security while avoiding an abrupt shutdown of TikTok. To achieve this, the president has instructed the Attorney General to delay enforcing the act for 75 days. During this period, no actions will be taken against entities for hosting or updating TikTok. It's interesting to note that on January 19, when TikTok was restoring its service in the U.S. after President Trump's assurances, Senator Tom Cotton posted a message on X saying, "Any company that hosts, distributes, services, or otherwise facilitates communist-controlled TikTok could face hundreds of billions of dollars of ruinous liability under the law, not just from DOJ, but also under securities law, shareholder lawsuits, and state AGs." Think about it. Well, I assume this new order has taken care of this threat, and now TikTok and companies assisting in its operations have nothing to worry about. But for ByteDance to divest is not easy, even if it's ready to do so. Why? On January 20th, Senator Lindsey Graham posted a message on X saying, "After having met with many people regarding the TikTok issue, it is apparent that what's known as a Chinese golden share structure is standing in the way of saving TikTok. If a company has a golden share structure, it means that one of the shareholders is Xi Jinping, the head of the Chinese Communist Party. He owns you and makes all the decisions." So, what is this Chinese golden share structure? A golden share is a type of share that gives its holder significant control over a company, often allowing them to outvote all other shareholders in certain circumstances. In the context of China, these shares are officially known as special management shares. Here's how it works. 1. The Chinese government typically holds a small percentage of equity, often around 1%, in private companies. 2. Despite the small equity stake, this share grants the government the right to appoint a board member. 3. The appointed board member has veto power over major corporate decisions, such as mergers, acquisitions, and changes to business strategy. 4. This structure allows the government to exert influence over the company's operations without needing a majority stake. Golden shares are used by the Chinese government to maintain control over private enterprises, especially in sectors like technology and media. This method ensures that the government can influence key decisions while allowing the company to operate with some degree of autonomy. Is ByteDance part of the golden share structure? Yes, ByteDance is indeed part of the golden share structure. In 2021, the Chinese government acquired a 1% stake in ByteDance's main domestic subsidiary through a fund backed by the Cyberspace Administration of China. So for ByteDance to divest, they might have to get approval from President Xi Jinping himself. For now, this 75-day delay allows the administration to review the national security concerns, consult with advisors, and find an appropriate resolution that balances security with the platform's continued availability for its 170 million American users. One such resolution proposed by President Trump via his post on Truth Social and during his speech at a MAGA victory rally before inauguration is the idea of a joint venture where the U.S. government would own 50% of TikTok. Trump has even pointed out that without U.S. approval, TikTok could be worth zero, but with approval, it could be worth trillions. It will be interesting to watch how ByteDance reacts to this offer. During a foreign ministry press conference, Mao Ning, deputy director of the Ministry of Foreign Affairs of China, was asked about TikTok restoring its service in the U.S., citing Trump's efforts and about the 50% partnership with the U.S. She responded by advocating for fair treatment of TikTok and other foreign companies in the U.S., which are contributing to employment and economic activity for Americans, while emphasizing that these companies need to decide independently based on market principles when making business decisions on operations and acquisitions. However, she pointed out that if these companies are Chinese, they must comply with Chinese laws and regulations. Additionally, this new executive order signed by President Trump reinforces that only the Attorney General has the authority to enforce the act, preventing any attempts by states or private parties to step in during this period. This means that individual U.S. states or private parties cannot independently enforce the TikTok ban within their own jurisdictions. The law is applicable to the entire country, and only the Attorney General has the power to take enforcement actions. This ensures that the enforcement of the act is centralized and consistent, preventing any fragmented or conflicting attempts by states or private entities to impose the ban. So, to sum it up. 1. The executive order applies the act to TikTok, citing national security concerns. 2. The enforcement of the act is delayed for 75 days to allow for a thorough review. 3. Only the Attorney General has the authority to enforce the act. 4. No penalties will be imposed for noncompliance during this period. 5. ByteDance has to hand over half of TikTok to the US to keep running in the US. For now, TikTok remains accessible in the US, and TikTokers can enjoy using TikTok while the Trump administration and ByteDance work on a resolution. That's it on this one. If you enjoyed this update, then don't forget to like, share and subscribe for more stories. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you in the next one.